Uh-oh. Hey guys, so you've caught me. It's the 24th of May, sort of, and we likes to stay home. Yeah, the buddy what's his name didn't really prepare for this. But in the meantime, hi, you've caught me now trying to figure out what to do, because even though it is a long weekend, even though it is a holiday weekend, even though it is Victoria Day weekend, and so many of us are used to, well, going away, most of us aren't. So I'm getting the backyard as ready as I can right now to, well, for staying home. And the weather's not helping. That's another thing too. But on top of all of that, I'm also preparing because looks to me like the old barbecue has gone away as well. Gone the way, at least, of something that needs to be replaced. Your parents would not like me to say the word I want to say, so the bottom has fallen right out of her. Hey folks, you got that one? No, and I mean that literally, like the bottom pan is gone. So I had to go and prepare. I am preparing because I prepared by getting propane, I prepared by getting burgers, hot dogs, all that good stuff to barbecue, and I've actually gone so far as to get a new barbecue. I haven't put it together yet, but I'm preparing to do that. And all these things is to make sure that we could at least still have some semblance of a holiday weekend, a long weekend in all of this. Even got the patio furniture out a little bit at a time and all that sort of thing. All I need now is the Bluetooth speaker out here and some K-Rock, and you're all set. But with all that said, it reminded me of what the gospel was talking about this week, and not all of you read it. Don't say you did. Don't pretend. But the gospel this week picks up from last time where Jesus is talking to his boys and they're all talking about actually getting prepared as well. Not for May 24th weekend, don't be fooled. They're not going camping. It's actually quite the reverse. They're getting ready to, well, actually in the gospel they're getting ready to hunker down too because they got to go into hiding a little bit as well. But Jesus is telling them that no matter what happens, he'll have them prepared as well. He'll have their backs. Jesus is just getting finished telling them that he has to go away, and this is true. Next week you'll hear all about it when we hear about the ascension, which is when he literally goes home. None of this going in the tomb for 3 days and coming back stuff. This is after that. Next week we'll hear all about how he literally goes home to be with his Father in heaven. But this week he's talking about the boys getting prepared, and that they're not going to be on their own. He's talking about preparing them by sending the advocate, which is another word for the Holy Spirit. He's going to send that. That goes into Pentecost. We'll talk about that in a few weeks' time too. But the point is, he's not leaving them on their own. He's not leaving them alone. He's making sure they're ready and prepared. And actually, in the world right now, that's kind of something that's going on too, because besides the fact that this is supposed to be a long weekend, guys, this is the longest long weekend you're going to have in a while, because guess what? It was announced this week that schools are going to stay closed. But just because the buildings are closed, just like our churches, that doesn't mean that you're on your own. The teachers have all said in many ways that just because the buildings are closed, that does not mean you're on your own. That doesn't mean that school and all the rest of it is going to stop. It actually means, if nothing else, that they have prepared for this. They're not going to leave you by yourselves. Teachers are going to continue to reach out. They're going to do lessons through digital means, whether it be through Google Classroom, whether it be through video chats, whether it be through phone for those of you who need it, whether it be through lessons being sent over or whatever. In all of these ways, they're not leaving you on your own to figure this stuff out. Or parents either, guys. Oh boy, thank goodness. Because the teachers are actually reaching out to help you. Just like Jesus, they are making sure that you are prepared, that you are cared for, that you have everything you need to make sure that even though we can't physically go back to the schools, that you still have everything you need to be prepared for when we do. Even though they have to be apart from you, even though we have to be apart from each other, we still have everything we need. It's funny too, because the advocate, the Holy Spirit, is also known as knowledge. It's supposed to bring everything that we need to be prepared for what is to come. And in that same way, the teachers are making sure that you have all that you need. So even though I'm not ready for the 24th of May weekend, not yet, I'm putting it together. It's going to be put together, and then you watch. Monday afternoon or whatever, we're going to have a feed of hot dogs. You're not invited. You can't come over. I'm sorry, boss. Otherwise, yes. But at some point or another, I'm sure we'll have big old queue and we'll take it from there. But until then, just know that you're not on your own. Know that even those who are apart from you, those who are teaching you, those who are trying to keep what we can of these long weekends and holidays, even though it seems like every day is Saturday or Sunday afternoon, we are still all in this together, even apart. And just like Christ promised to his followers, we have everything we need because we prepared for it. So be prepared. Continue to do the work that's set before you. And be, just like the Spirit has given us, thoughtful, knowledgeable, and follow the commandments, because Jesus asked us to do simply that as we prepare, to follow the commands he left for us, and that is to love God, and more importantly as well, on top of that, in the world around us right now, to love our neighbors. Keep that distance, guys, sad as it is, but even in the midst of that distance, remember that we are not so far apart that we can't continue to support each other. Keep prepared, be ready, and I hope you have a good long weekend, even so. I'll say this, no snow on the ground. It's a good start for a Victoria Day weekend. God bless, guys, and I'll talk to you later.